everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought I would cover a topic that I think you guys would be interested or curious to know, and that is the total cost of my Hobonichi weeks as a planner for one whole year. This video idea came about because a family member had asked me like, how much do I spend on my hobby, like how much goes into this, like if I wanted to purchase it or do it for a whole year, like how much would it cost? And I had no idea. So what I ended up doing was, in the early like weekly pages that I don't use, I documented every purchase that I made from my week since I purchased the actual physical weeks. And basically I documented it in the early pages here, and then yeah, every month I would write what I purchased for it and then the total cost in yen. For this video, I will include every item I purchased here on the right side, as well as the total cost in US dollars. So if you're interested in seeing the total cost of this week's, please keep watching. I will divide this video into 4 categories basically. One for like the physical elements of everything you see here, so that could be like the week's book, the clear covers, even this charm I include in this category. And then I'll follow that by all the functional elements that I purchased and the total cost of that. So everything that I viewed as very necessary to make this week's work as a planner. And then I will follow it with the kind of decorative items. So items that aren't necessary, I just thought would look cute. Maybe it helps with my functional planning, but at the same time, I could have done something, not a sticker or something like that. So yeah, just the kind of decorative items. And then lastly, I will follow with the items that I previously owned prior to getting this Hobonichi week. So that includes like my stencil, that includes my liners and the pen that I use for this week's. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing the breakdown of the total cost, please keep watching. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right in, and I just want to say right off the bat that the currency conversion is as of January 11th, 2024. So I basically took the total yen amount and converted into US dollars for this video. But if you're looking for like the most accurate currency conversion, like I didn't, I didn't check the September yen to dollar currency conversion rate for September and then check it again for October. I just did it all collectively and then, converted the currency amount to dollars as of yesterday. So yeah, I just wanted to state that in case you're really interested in the numbers, and if this is the most accurate, I think it's accurate enough for me, and I think it's a good indication, I guess, of how much I spent for the total year. But yeah, so first of all, the kind of physical elements for my Hobonichi weeks, I've included it here on the right. As you can tell, I put 2 clear covers because when I initially started this, when I purchased this week's, I actually had a different clear cover on it. So I included that in the cost because, again, it's the total cost of what went into my Hobonichi weeks, even if I don't use it currently. And I also included for this category the pencil board in the back. I'm not sure if you guys would include the pencil board in this category, but for myself, like I thought of it, it's not like a functional item for me. Like I don't use this pencil board to, write on the back, like to put it behind when I write. And I also don't use it like as a ruler, so I don't really use it for like functional like elements. But at the same time, I didn't really think it was decorative either because like I like, it's not really something that I like look at. I look at it, but I didn't really consider it like a decorative element. Whenever I pick a pencil board for my Hobonichi weeks, I usually pick one that will accompany the weeks as like a companion for the year. I don't know if that's weird or not, but yeah, so this pencil board isn't decorative or functional. It's more just part of like my purchase, I guess, for the Hobonichi weeks, or at least that's how I view it. So I definitely put that in this category, even though maybe you would put it in a different category for yourself if you like are interested in doing this for yourself as well. And yeah, so I spent $25.81, and yeah, I was very happy with that, and I'll move on to the next one now. Okay, so next I have the kind of functional items that I purchased. These include like calendar seals that I use in the back here. I also included like health stamps. So I was very interested in monitoring my blood pressure in like the year, I think, and then I had purchased stamps for that purpose. I don't currently use it, but again, when I purchased it as a kind of functional element for my weeks here. Yeah, I just include a bunch of things. I include stamps, including like this kind of dated stamp here, as well as the kind of weather stamp that I use here on the weekly pages. And so yeah, I spent $24.54 in this category as kind of like the total cost of the functional items. Okay, so my third category is decorative. This category actually was surprised. I only spent $25.22 or the equivalent of that for the decorative elements. That includes like net printing, which doesn't cost much, but I did it 3 times. In 2023, I put cute like little workout character stickers. Like the days I worked out, I put like one of these things here. Is it necessary? No, but like for myself, like when I worked out, I'd be like, oh, I'm so happy I worked out. I'll put a little workout creature. I think this one maybe has a bit more here, like this. Like there's 3. I worked out 3 times that week, or 4 times. Yeah, so I mean, just small things like that. I also include these kind of title washi tape that I have. Basically, I would, again, I don't need these items, so again, that's why it's decorative. I can write to buy, to do on the actual Hobonichi paper, but I don't know, I just wanted maybe like a pop of color for this week, because again, it's very functional, so, and it's like my planner, so any like small thing really kind of stands out a bit more, so having minimal stickers and washi kind of makes them stand out more, and I don't know, but like, yeah, so these are the decorative items, and yeah, I spent again $25.22. Okay, so last category here, I have all the items that I owned previous to this Hobonichi week. So things like the mild liner, what I did here was every time I used a color, like a new color, I would mark it here in the front. And then at the end of the year, I calculated how much one mild liner costs, and then times the total amount of colors I have. So I had 10 mild liners colors used in this Hobonichi weeks, and that's how I got this number. I also included in this category the green stencil, which again I owned prior to this week's. I have sticker paper, which I used to make the kind of weekly weather seals, which I no longer do, and I don't have any extra. And then I used tape samples as well as sticker sheet leftovers. I put this as 0 because I don't know how much it would cost me, and I don't know if it's actual like pennies, or even, I don't even think it comes close to $1. And what I mean is like tape samples. Like I can purchase washi tape samples like in a roll. So basically people sell like 1 meter roll, like 1 meter samples of washi tape that usually come in maybe like 10 meters or something, and you can ask for like at least one continuous pattern, like one pattern before it repeats. So I have a few of those that I purchased, and I think I maybe used, like for example, like this one here is one of those samples. I think I maybe used like 6 to 8 different like tape samples, so I don't think it would be possible for me to calculate out of all the rolls I got and the small percentage of that tape sample, how much that would cost me. So I put it as 0. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, it would just be impossible for me to calculate like how much one of these like tape samples would cost, because again, I didn't purchase it like a roll as one would, and I can't look it up per se as like how much this roll for this washi tape sample or this washi tape costs, as well as one tiny like part of it. Yeah, so anyways, and that total came to $20.73. Okay, and so this brings my total for 2023, my Hobonichi Weeks planner, to be $96.30. I will like reflect on this part. So again, if you're just curious to see the number, that's the number. I'll put on the screen as well. And I reflected upon this total cost, like I don't know how this video will be received. Like I don't know if you guys are thinking that's like way too much for a planner, $96, or that's like you're surprised like it's that low. You maybe spend more, or you think you spend more and you're like, wow, I don't think I could purchase everything for $100. That was like my reaction. Like I feel like I spend a lot on stationery, so when I saw the total come to $96, or like below 100, I was surprised. You know, I think I spend more on stationery in general, but again, this is like a planner that I use every day, and again, I just never noticed the purchases add up per se, and again, yeah, I was surprised. I actually thought it'd be a bit more than $100 for this Hobonichi weeks and everything inside. I also did for this video, I calculated all the items that are one-time use and not one-time use. So basically, like this kind of net printing here, it's a one-time use thing in that sense. Like I'm not gonna reuse these stickers. Like I'm not gonna peel them off and like put them onto my next Hobonichi weeks. It's not like a stamp that I can reuse over and over. It's not like the stencil. So what I did was I calculated all the items that I would be able to bring into 2024. So again, like stamps, like the watercolor pencils I used, and what else do I have? Like, yeah, any stickers that I continue to use, like I have mood stickers. I only used like 2 months worth, I think I said. I have plenty left over, so again, many things I can carry on into 2024, and I calculated that roughly $58.77 of my $96.30 total are items that I can bring into 2024. So these are not one-time use items. So considering that's more than half the cost of my Hobonichi weeks, I think that's a pretty good thing in the sense that like I think the majority of that of the kind of one-time use things was mainly in the first category. So that's like the weeks, the clear cover. I'm like, I'm not going to reuse this clear cover. I know people do, but I don't. I kind of keep it and archive it as one whole thing, including the charm. So I think the bulk of that like one-time use purchase was in this actual kind of like weeks book and the kind of elements that you see here. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys thought this video was interesting. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown, and I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. I think it's a very interesting topic on, you know, I mean, I think it fits into this whole conversation going around about planner consumerism, which I know exists before that, but I feel like it's kind of picked up steam again on YouTube. This video is not really meant to kind of add or add to the conversation of planner consumerism. I just want to share with you guys the total cost of my planner. So maybe you guys are interested in documenting this yourself and seeing how much, you know, goes into it. But if you're out there and you're just curious, again, how much a Hobonichi, like this is a Hobonichi focused channel basically. Like I use other things, but mainly Hobonichi. So yeah, again, maybe you want to know someone who's really deep into Hobonichi, how much one spends. And again, you can do this for other planners as well. I would be very curious to see how much other people spend, you know, in other countries, because again, I live in Japan, so my access to stationery is very different than other people in other countries. So if you're interested in documenting your total cost of your Hobonichi or whatever planner out there, if you want to do that, you know, I really recommend it. I think it's really eye-opening. But if there's any part of this process that you think would take away the joy of your planning or your stationery or your just kind of creative process, like don't do this type of video. You don't have to mark down every purchase. So thank you guys for joining me for this video. Yeah, stay tuned for my next video next week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!